Guess what? It's property tour day. I am with Kristie Rodriguez with Panama Beach Properties, and we're in the Coronado area. We're going to look at a couple of properties. This first one is really pretty amazing. Once I turn the camera around, you'll see why. Let's chat with her just about the local market insights. I always like to get that and present the info for you, and it's good for me to learn. A lot of people say they want to live abroad, but my question is, what kind of life do you want to create? Choosing a country is only part of the equation. My 90-minute Expat Clarity Sessions are designed to help you get clear on what kind of life you want to create and what steps make the most sense for your situation. It could mean moving abroad, or it could mean redesigning your life where you are. If you've been in analysis paralysis, book your session and I'll help you to get to the next steps. Okay, Kristie, can you go ahead and introduce yourself to my subscribers?
For sure. Hi, I am Kristie Rodriguez from Panama Beach Properties. I am a licensed real estate agent located at the beaches area of Coronado, San Carlos, and Chame area.
¿Tú estás panameño?
Yes, I'm Panamanian. I have been living in the beaches area for 16 years. I am fluent in Spanish and English.
And where did you grow up in Panama?
I grew up in Santiago, 3 hours from here.
Oh, yeah. That's a beautiful area.
It is.
Right?
It is a beautiful area, yeah.
And so you've been practicing real estate here for a while. What are some insights into the market that you've seen in the past 5 years?
Well, I can say that going back to the beginning when I just moved over here, I could see that mostly all of the buyers and owners of properties were Panamanian families who bought these places like for weekends or vacations or as a holiday home. But now you can see a huge difference on the market. Now I can say that it's a 50% Panamanian owners and 50% is an expat community.
And where are some of those expats coming from? Because when we were chatting, you mentioned a lot of them from Europe.
Yes. In the last, let's say, 10 to 12 months, I have been seeing a huge population of Europeans coming over to Panama to take a look, to invest. And of course, always the Americans, the Canadians, French, people from Spain and Belgium, they are all coming over here.
And what have you seen as far as like prices and days on the market? Because I think the real estate has increased, right? Like
Definitely.
The market
Yeah.
has increased because of the demand.
Yeah.
And like, how long are you seeing days on market typically? I know it varies greatly, whether it's a house, a condo, where it is.
Yeah. Right now, we pass from, let's say 5 years ago, you could have a property in the market for a year to 3 or 4 years.
Right.
Right now, we have properties that are sold in 3 months, 6 months maximum. So we do know now that if the property has been on the market for 6 months and they have not received an offer, something is going on. And with rentals, that is like the most incredible change that we have seen. Rentals used to last up to 3 months, 6 months in the market too. And right now they are like a week, 2 weeks in the market and they're gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. When we were walking into this building, you said something important, which was about the generator.
Yeah.
So what are some questions that people should ask when they're looking at a condo specifically? Because not all of the buildings in here have a generator.
Exactly.
Is that right?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. People do not know that the common problems around this area are generally water and electricity. These are some things that you want to be 100% sure that you're covered when being on a building. So first in the top of my list is the water reserve or a water well and a generator, a full generator. There are some buildings around here that they offer like half generator, which means that if you have a power outage, you will only have electricity in one outlet, or only in the fridge, or only in the elevators. But if you are going to live permanently on a place, I would highly suggest you to get a place with a full generator, full backup.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if people have medical devices.
Yeah.
You know,
some of them need it like to sleep or during the day. So a full backup generator is definitely fundamental.
Yeah. So even in Ensenada,
Mhm.
the buildings can vary whether they have a
Yes.
generator or not.
Yeah. Ensenada is divided in two different complexes. You have the galeones, which are the buildings on the top of the hill, and these units do not have a full backup. They only have for social areas, the elevators, and the fridge. And then you have Malecon, which is the buildings in front of the sea, and these ones, they do have a full backup generator and security cameras all around these buildings.
And what are the HOA fees for the Malecon buildings?
You have from 268 till 300 per month.
Okay. And are there also like special assessments that happen?
Yes, extraordinary fees when they are planning to repaint the whole building, which is another major difference that I just learned from properties, let's say, on the city. We just saw a building that when we request information from the administration, they told us that the buildings get painted and refixed and everything every 5 to 7 years. Here at the beach, you get the extraordinary fees, but buildings get repainted and fixed at least once a year or every 2 years maximum.
Yeah. But I think, didn't these all just get done?
Yes.
Recently, like in the last year,
and
right?
Yes. This year and then last year also.
Right. Because when I was doing filming on a different unit,
there
saw
was
them
the
working. Scaffolding and the painting
the
happening.
guys hanging up in the front. Here it is almost every year. They repaint everything and they fix whatever needs to be fixed on buildings.
So let's talk about this unit in particular. I mean, the view behind you is just gorgeous. And we're going to get better video of it. But go ahead and just chat a little bit about this unit for the subscribers.
This is a 2 bedrooms and 2 bathroom unit. The distribution is just very spacious and convenient if you like to share. The kitchen is an open space with the living room and the dining area. And the best thing about this unit, I would say, that is the fact that it's on a ground floor and you have your own private patio, so you can make your barbecue outside. If you have pets, this would be like a great place for them to be. You don't need them to go out or go for a walk. And you have this amazing view guaranteed for life, forever. There is absolutely no possibility that you're ever going to lose this amazing view of the ocean. Very private also. Your private patio is completely gated, but it's an easy access for you if you're a beach person. You just get out through the little doors and you take the stairs down to the social area.
And there's a pool, beautiful pool, and that's only for the 2 buildings here. Is that right?
You have 4 buildings.
Or 4 buildings. Yes. Okay. But there's another pool.
There's many more pools down there by the beach. Yeah.
But for the people who live in one of these 4 buildings, they have their own pool.
They have their own pool.
Yeah. Yes. So it's going to be a little quieter.
Yeah, a little quieter, less people. It's never noisy. Ensenada, it's never noisy. No. It's a calm, relaxing place. Also, Malecon has another advantage, which is the fact that they just built the stairs to go straight to the social area. So you don't need a car to go to the pool or to the beach or the restaurant. Yeah. And because you're on a ground floor, that is your main advantage, right? You just go out and walk either to the pool of these buildings or you take the stairs down to go to the social area.
Yeah. When you were talking about the barbecue, I know people who live in higher levels and they're not allowed to have a barbecue.
That's correct.
Why is that?
There is a law in the country by the firemen's department that says that you cannot have a barbecue in the balconies. However, because you are on a ground floor unit, you are allowed to have your barbecue.
So this is really good for people who
who
love to
enjoys,
barbecue.
yes, and who enjoys cooking outside also. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are some of the amenities in the Ensenada complex?
You have sport courts all around. You have a paddle, a basketball, and a tennis court. You have the kids' playground out there by the hill. Then you have an amazing beach club where you have pools for kids, pools for adults. You have the restaurant. You have a spa. You have a really nice gym with ocean view. And for the spa, you can use the jacuzzi and you can use the sauna, and you can hire your massage lady to come over to your social area and have a nice massage in front of the beach.
Can we do that now?
Yeah.
And actually the restaurant is really good.
It's
I know
really
that they
good.
got
Yeah.
a new chef, I
They
think.
do.
And I had lunch here a few weeks ago with friends and it was delicious.
It is an amazing restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah. So one question that's important for buyers to ask is whether the building where they're going to be allows short-term rentals like Airbnb. What's the story on Ensenada?
Airbnb and short-term rentals are not allowed on Ensenada, and that is to keep the place as an exclusive community, quiet. It's not a party place, so it is not allowed. However, long-term rentals are allowed. This is a really good place, and lots of families have relocated here to Ensenada. You have a great community of neighbors, expats that have been renting for years in here. So if you want to come over and have a long-term rental, you can. There is an interesting mix in Ensenada. On weekends, you see the expats that are renting for long-term, hanging out by the pool, by the restaurant, or the social area with the Panamanian owners. So you are gonna have both of the experiences: a nice community for people who lives here every day, and the Panamanians that come on the weekend.
Yeah. Only they have to deal with traffic going back to the city.
Yes. Not us who live here. No.
Yeah. Okay, so how many square meters is this unit? And the all-important question, what is the asking price?
Yes. So this unit has 116 square meters on the inside, and you have 40 square meters of terrace, private terrace, and the price is $335,000.
Okay, and then you have the HOA on top of that.
You have the HOA on top of that of 268.
And most buyers are cash buyers, is that correct?
Yeah.
Because mortgages are
not accessible for expats at all. Yeah. But yeah, 100% of the buyers in the last year are all cash, cash buyers.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I like this one. And off in the distance, there's, I think it's, oh gosh, I forget the name of the complex, but you have Bogabar. Bogabar is a great restaurant and it's just across the way from here. I'll show you. Now we're off to Hacienda Pacifica, and you can check out my playlist of the real estate videos to see the other house that was in this community, although I'm not sure if that one is available, but at least you can get an idea of the different houses that are there. Now we're over in Hacienda Pacifica. I did a video before in this development of a house that's for sale, and I really like this development, and we're going to double check with Kristie, but I do think that if you have to buy a property in order to get a residency visa, a gated community is probably a safer option than just in a
random neighborhood, because there's going to be rules and requirements. And, as much as I'm not a big fan of rules and requirements, I think it is important when you're buying property, especially if you don't know a lot of neighborhoods yet, because you're not going to have, super loud parties and fireworks and uncontrolled barking dogs and roosters that, don't have a sense of time and start, crowing at 3 a.m. and don't stop. I really like this development, and this house has a pool.
Not only does it have a pool, it has a garage, which is very uncommon in most houses in Panama.
You guys, whatever the asking price is, it's worth it, because there's an ylang-ylang tree. Oh my God. This is the tree that I've planted that mine hasn't blossomed yet, but this is what it's going to look like. And it is the aroma that they use for Chanel No. 5. So if you're a fan of Chanel, you can have the original fragrance wafting around your house while you're lounging by the pool. Don't I sound like one of those people who's like, imagine your life lounging by the pool in Hacienda Pacifica with the aroma of ylang-ylang drifting through the evening breeze as you sip your glass of Pinot Grigio. But seriously, the ylang-ylang is awesome. I might take a blossom before I head back home. Okay, Kristie, tell us where we are and a little bit about this house.
We are in Hacienda Pacifica, a residential complex located in San Carlos, 8 to 10 minutes from Coronado.
And what about the house?
The house is a private 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms house with its own pool and yard.
And what's the size of the lot? It's nice and spacious.
It's nice and spacious. You have 1,600 square meters of lot.
And do you know the size of the house?
Yeah, 212 square meters.
Okay.
This is not an original house or a regular model on Hacienda Pacifica. When the owners purchased this house, they made some modifications on the plans to have a wider and bigger house.
Okay.
Plus,
yeah.
You are on a corner lot, so you're not going to have like a house right next to you and in the back as well.
Right. That's right. And corner lots, because I used to live on a corner lot, and our broker said you have more of a expansive view because of that, which is true.
You do. You can see in other houses in Hacienda that their backyard is like on the back only. But here, because of the corner lot, you have backyard like on the back, on the sides of the house. So you have more privacy for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me if you think my idea is correct, because I get a lot of people asking me advice. And I always say, don't buy anything for at least a year. But when people have to buy property for the visa, like a residency visa, I always say, why not buy in a gated community? Because you're going to get a little bit better, like, it's a better idea of like no fireworks at 3 a.m, maybe, right?
Yes, you are 100% correct. It is a great idea if this is your first purchase in Panama to get your property or your house on a gated community. You have the security at night, during the day, 24-hour security. You have access to amenities. And something really important is that mostly all of the residential complexes around the beach area, when we're talking about houses, their HOA is usually lower than a condo.
Oh.
So yeah, it is a good idea to be on a gated community.
Or a condo. Like that's my other thing that I tell people. But if people prefer a house,
definitely a gated community.
Yeah, gated community.
You avoid many of the issues with being on a gated community, like your noisy neighbor. Exactly.
Yeah.
They have rules and regulations that everybody has to, keep. So it's not like your neighbor is gonna do fireworks at 3 a.m. or it's not like they can do a remodel of their house and renovations at 6:30 in the morning.
Oh gosh.
So yeah. Yeah.
And what about, does this house have any water backup or a generator?
Yes, you have a water backup, and Hacienda Pacifica, the complex, has a water well for the community. Yeah.
Okay.
You do not have a generator,
Uh-huh.
so if you're thinking on permanently living in a place like this, you have to get your own generator.
Do you know what the power fluctuations are like here in this development?
Less than in Gorgona, for
Uh-huh.
example.
Yeah.
Way less, way
Yeah.
less.
There are that's important for people to ask you,
Yes,
a broker,
exactly.
is like, what's this neighborhood like as far as power outages, water outages,
Yeah.
internet outages?
Yeah, there
Yeah.
are some places around the beaches that commonly, almost, on a week you could have 3 days of power outages or water outages.
Yes.
So it makes it nicer that here is a well-established community. They do not have power outages commonly.
Mhm.
And when it goes out, you can be like 2 hours maximum, 2 to 3 hours without
Right.
power.
Not 2 days.
Not 2 days or a
yeah.
week, exactly. Yeah.
And what is the asking price of this house?
We just reduced it to $362,000.
Okay.
With the furniture, with the appliances, everything that you see is included on the price.
And what is the HOA for the development?
190.
Oh wow, that is
Yeah,
low.
I told you. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cheaper than a condo. Yeah.
And then is there like a community?
There is a social area for the community with
Uh-huh.
a big pool for labs,
Mhm.
a gym,
Oh.
and a tennis court.
And if I'm not mistaken, isn't there like a waterfall?
A waterfall,
toward
yes,
the
a
back
hike
of
to a waterfall.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Only good and safe to use it during the summer
Yes.
months. Not right now that it's raining, but yes, you have access to the waterfall.
Yeah. And I guess it's private, right? Only people that
Yes.
live here
Yeah.
have access to it?
Yeah.
Unless you're going to find your way through the jungle.
Or jumping through the road.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the only way.
How can people find you if they want to get more information on these properties that we've seen?
They can find our webpage, and we are also located, our office is at the Ray Supermarket in Coronado in the 2nd floor.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can find me there.
So you go to Las Pavedas for lunch probably.
Yes, correct.
I'm so glad. That's
Yes.
the one that used to be at Ensenada.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Now they have the same name, but a different chef. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
One of the beautiful gifts that I have living in Panama is my sobriety. Coming up in September will be 9 years sober. And I wanted to let you know I just published my most recent book, The Sober Curious Shadow Work Journal. You don't have to commit to quitting drinking, but it uses the Carl Jung 12 archetypes to examine the reasons why we might drink and things that are underlying those impulses or behavior patterns that we might have. It also comes with a custom GPT to bring the journaling into a deeper interactive level. So please pick up a copy. I'm very proud of this book, and I know it can help people on their sober curious journey.
One thing, you have to be prepared for the heat. It's hot. But Kristie was saying this month in particular has been a little more hot and humid than normally would be at this time of year. So anyway, if you're interested in either of the properties, get in touch with her. She really has a lot of information, and she has an idea to show some houses that are in Chame, which is really cool because that's also, I mean, it's kind of remote, that area, but it's gorgeous stretches of beach and very quiet. There is like that condo development that's toward the entrance of like getting toward Punta Chame. Anyway, we'll see. Hopefully I can get that put together. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.